Hello, welcome to another one of our transmissions, our live streamings that we do from the University of Love and Knowledge. I am very happy to be here. This is our first live streaming in the year 2020, and I am hoping and I'm wishing you a very happy 2020. We know that time is something that it's relative, and it could and could not be measured depending on the point of view of each one. What we call it is cycles, and we have different cycles in which we are measuring time. So you are welcome, and we are hoping that you will continue to be with us throughout 2020, through 2021, 22, and the years to come. And may I remind you that we are doing these live streamings from Mexico, from the city of Guadalajara, and we are located on the street of Francia, or Francia in Spanish. The number is 1764, and you can contact us via WhatsApp and the number, let me say it. It's plus 521 3320 554690. I'm going to say it again. Our WhatsApp number is plus 521 3320 554690. And if you open our website, which is www.uncoa.com, you can take a look at the page at the website. And what you will see is that at the left corner, at the bottom, you will see this dialog bubble. If you click on the dialog bubble, then you will be able to see that it will lead you straight to the WhatsApp telephone number or to our Facebook Messenger, and you can leave us a message there. You can also write a message, a question, anything that you may want to share in our streaming in the Facebook page or in our YouTube channel. So there are many options which you can use in order to communicate with us. What is the purpose of this streaming? Well, the purpose of this streaming that we do every Friday in English and the rest of the week in Spanish throughout the whole day is to start sharing with you some of this investigation that we have been conducting and doing and taking for a long time, for many, many years now. So I thought it would be a good topic to start the year by talking about all those new purposes that we have whenever we start the year. We have all these new goals and plans and objectives that we want to reach, but most of the time what happens is that I'm sure you're going to be related to this thought. What happens is that at the beginning of the year, we have a list of things that we want to achieve, goals, purposes, plans, and then maybe the first few weeks or the first couple of months, what we do is we work on it. Let's say that we want to go to the gym. Let's say that we want to lose some weight. The most common goals that most people have: find a better job, find a partner or a person to share your life with. There are all kinds of goals that we start writing or planning at the beginning of the year. And what happens is that as time starts going by, the motivation or the goal or the impulse that we have to achieve such goal starts getting diminished. So what happens is that maybe if you wanted to go to the gym, the first few weeks you go every day, or you do it as planned, maybe 3 times a week. And then as time passes by, what happens is that you stop doing it as many times as you were doing it. And then at the end, probably by the time March arrives or April, you stop going altogether. The same thing happens if you want to lose some weight. Maybe the first few weeks you are sticking to your diet or to your new meal plan. And then as time starts going by, what happens is just drop it all together, and so forth. I can give you a lot of examples: learning a new language, finding a new job. And so most of the time we think that those purposes and goals will never be achieved because we plan and plan over and over again, and then we never get to the point in which we reach such goals. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start talking about listen to this. We're going to start talking about the mental files or the mental archives or the mental ideas that we have so very imprinted in our mind that don't let us move from the place where we are. So what happens is that we continue to look for different results, but doing the exact same things. And we wonder how come we can never get a different result. I was talking to one of my students on Wednesday, and she was laughing because she was saying, I have a very big decision to make. And the first time that I made it, based on these concepts and these ideas and these thoughts and this reasoning that I took into consideration, the result was not the result that I expected. And now I'm facing again the same kind of decision. So she was telling me that she didn't know what she was going to do. And I asked her, if you make the same decision based on the same things, what do you think it will happen? Well, probably the result will be the same. So how do we expect to obtain different results if the actions are the exact same ones over and over again? So maybe what happens is that we need to try something different. We need to learn from experience. We need to take a different path. And sometimes we say that we don't know how to do that because we are used to doing it exactly the way we have been doing it. So then why are you so surprised that the result is always the same if the action is always the exact same action? So I'm going to stop for a moment and I'm going to start saying hello to all the people who very kindly connect and start watching our live streaming. So Eloisa Aguilar is there. Guillermo Limon is there. Hello. He's a very good student from our school. Vicky Rodriguez, she's a therapist. Juan Jose Alejandre, Edith Ramirez, and Juan Jose Alejandre is saying, hello, April and Atsiri. I send you a big hug. A big hug from Atsiri and from me to you also. And thank you very much for leaving us your comment and for watching our streaming. So anyhow, so what we're trying to do now is learn how to complete those and achieve those goals that we have been planning for a long time. And so that's part of the secret. If I am doing the same thing, expecting things to result differently, that's not going to happen. If I'm a lot of times I give you the example in which I tell you, let's make a dessert. So if you're making a dessert and you're using chocolate morsels and chocolate chips, and then maybe you're using some cocoa, and maybe you're using some liquid chocolate, and then you put it into the oven, and what happens is that when you take it out, you're expecting a strawberry pie or a strawberry dessert. It will probably not be that way because you're using all chocolate ingredients. So how do you expect to get something different? And then as funny as it may sound, as probably dumb as it may sound, it happens to us all the time. We're doing things in a certain way, expecting results that have nothing to do with the action that we took into consideration. So that's the thing that we have to start analyzing a little bit more, reflecting upon. What am I doing that I'm always obtaining the same exact result? So think about the chocolate dessert. If I'm using all chocolate ingredients, how do I expect a strawberry or a vanilla dessert to come out of the oven? That's not possible. So regarding our goals that we plan all the time, every year, why are they not being accomplished? Because we're doing things the exact same way. One of the most important mental files that we have to make part of us, one of the most important universal principles that we have to learn in order to achieve any goal that you may have for yourself is, guess what? Discipline. We do not have the necessary discipline in order to go all the way. I have given you a lot of examples a lot of times telling you that whenever you want to achieve something, you need to set a specific path to follow. And one of the first steps that you have to take into consideration are, what do I want to get accomplished? What do I want to achieve? What is the goal that I'm looking for? Whatever your goal is, you have to decide clearly, establish the goal and say, well, The goal that I have for myself is to find, let's say, a better job. What does it mean for you to find a better job? What do you want to do in order to get that job? What's different? Or let's say if you already have a job right now, what would you change in your job? What do you want it to be in a completely different way? Do you need a better salary? Do you need better working hours? Do you need a better working environment? Do you need to grow as a person? Do you need to learn more? What is it that you need in order for you to consider your job a better job? So you have to start thinking clearly what the goal is. Where do I want to go? But first I have to decide what do I want and how do I want it. So the first thing is that let's imagine, like I said, that you want to find a better job. Let's imagine that you want to learn something. Let's imagine that you want to lose weight. You want to be healthier. What are the reasons? What do you want to do? What do you want to change? So once you establish what your new goal is, then you have to put it in writing and start being clearer and clearer. Okay, now I have decided that I need or I want to have a different job, a better job. Doesn't it happen to you that sometimes you look at somebody else's work or somebody else's job and maybe you think that they have the best job in the world because the working conditions are excellent or because the money that the person makes is very good? So if you talk to the person, probably that person would like to do something completely different. Maybe that's not the perfect job for him or for her. Maybe he would be looking for something different if he had the opportunity. What happens is that out of fear, sometimes out of procrastination, we do not change the conditions we work in. So what happens is that we have to make sure that we understand that the universe is there to give us everything we need, but we have to be clear in asking, and then we have to work for it. And then you might say, if I have to work for it, the universe didn't give it to me. So what happens is that the universe is not going to come and put it in a box and tell you, here is your new job. You have to do something about it. So when we hear about the law of attraction and we're thinking that can't be real, because if I think about it, if I wish for it and I decide that I want it, it will not happen by itself. Nothing will come to you by itself. But the moment that you have a very specific and clear desire to achieve something, what happens is that the universe starts opening doors for you and giving you the right conditions for you to get where you want to get. But you need to be clear about your desire. You need to be clear about whatever you are trying to get for yourself. So if I continue with the idea of a better job, let's say, what do I want? I want a better job. Okay, so how do I want to get to that place? How am I going to achieve this goal? Because if I want it, but I'm sitting in my house thinking about it, well, that's just a small part of it. Because yes, the intention has power. The idea has power. Thought has power because it has a specific frequency that you send. And then this frequency starts moving things around for you to get there. Let's explain it that way. So the moment that I am placing myself in such frequency, I'm already generating the conditions for myself to get there. But it's not going to happen magically. I need to do the next step. The next step is, I need this, but how am I going to get there? Well, if I want a new job, well, I need to apply for jobs. I need to look for jobs. I need to probably contact people who I think might give me the opportunity. I have to take the necessary steps to get there. If I'm thinking about something different, let's say that I want to buy a house. What kind of a house do I want? What kind of a house do I need? If I live in a house or if I live in an apartment and does not meet the requirements for me to have everything that I need, then I have to start thinking, well, my family needs a bigger house. How many rooms do I need in my house? Maybe 3, maybe 4. I have to be specific because let's imagine that you live in a 2-bedroom apartment and you need three bedrooms and you just say, I need a house. Well, you may end up with another house but it might be the same size as your apartment. Maybe you will only have 2 bedrooms. So you can be as specific as you want when you are planning and making these purposes and goals. And so let's imagine that you are asking for a house. I need a bigger house. Or maybe you said better house. What does it mean for you? Better. Oh, for me, better means bigger. For me, better means with a garden. For me, better means with a bigger kitchen. For me, better means in an area which is quiet. What's better for you? What do you need? So you have to be as specific as you can. I want a better house. A better house for me represents a house with 2 bedrooms in a quiet area with a tiny garden. Or maybe I don't like gardens. So what I want is a bigger kitchen. Maybe I want a washing room where I can have my washing machine and my dryer and everything. What is it for you that makes it a better place to live? As soon as you have all the requirements for your house, all the requirements for your job, all the requirements for whatever it is that you want to achieve, then you have to decide how you're going to get there. Well, in order to get a better house, I'm going to have to save more money. I'm going to have to find a better job. Maybe I'm going to have to stop buying certain things. Or maybe I need to sell my car or sell another good that I have. So you have to start making plans and deciding how you're going to get towards that goal. What is the universe going to do for you? If you're thinking, well, I'm doing all the work. Exactly. You have to do all the work. That's the way it is. We cannot expect that because we are praying or wishing or maybe because we have a lucky charm, everything is going to fall into place for us. We need to work for everything because that's the way it is. The universe is doing something magical for us. What is it? It's giving us the right conditions for you to work and get there. Otherwise, I'm just working. Doesn't it happen to you that sometimes you look at people and you say, he works so hard and he gets nowhere because they don't have any specific purpose in mind. They don't have a goal. They have not envisioned exactly where they want to get. They just work to pass days, to walk, to get by, to put food on the table, which happens. Maybe to put a roof on their heads, which happens. But if you knew the power that you have to create whatever you need, based on your effort, based on your perseverance, based on your hard work, then you would be able to get anything you wanted because the universe is working. The attraction law is there for you to get anywhere you want to get. So, we were giving you examples such as getting a better job or getting a better house, or let's say that it's not something that is materialized. Let's say that what you want is I want to learn a new language. Well, what is the language I want to learn? Why do I want to learn this language? I want to learn French because I want to take a cooking course and I want to be an excellent cook. And I know that most recipes or good recipes are found in French. So I already have the what. The house, the work, the language, whatever you want. I want to take a trip, whatever it is. I have the what. Now I have to work on the how. How am I going to get there? And I have to be very specific. I have to plan for it. If I want to learn a language, then I'm going to make a specific plan. I'm going to probably enroll in a school, or maybe I'm going to find a free course over the internet. But I have to make a plan. I have to decide every day from 9 to 5 or every day from 5 to 7. 9 to 5 is a long time. I'm going to use a shorter time. So let's say from 5 to 7, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to study. And I'm going to do my homework and everything. And I expect to take 25 lessons in a month, or I expect to take 3 lessons, a week. So you make a plan, which makes it easier for you to know and to decide where you want to get. And then the last part of this one is when. When do I want to get there? When do I want to buy the house? When do I want to have a new job? When do I want to learn the new language? When do I want to, by what time I have to have lost all this weight that I want to lose, or etc., 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 whatever the goal might be. So what you do is take the steps necessary in order to get there. You do whatever you need to do in order to get there. And the universe is going to do its part, is going to give you the necessary conditions, the necessary elements in order for you to achieve your goal, and it will happen. Why am I telling you this? Because this is something that I have tried and it worked, believe me. So now that you're starting this new year and you have all these plans and you have all these new objectives, what you have to do is start being more clear. You have to be clearer. You have to be more specific. You have to be more intelligent when planning your objectives and your goals at the beginning of the year. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a task. What you have to do is you have to think back or look back 2 or 3 years into the past. Let's say 2017, 2018, 2019. And what you will do is you will find something that was part of your goals, your yearly goals, that you started but didn't complete. Look for those and look for something that you maybe planned year after year after year and you didn't accomplish. And let's say that you plan it again this year. Look for 3. Maybe, like I said, most people tell me those things. That's the reason why I'm giving you those examples. Most people say, this year I'm going to lose weight. This year I'm going to be healthier. This year I'm going to go to the gym. This year I'm going to, participate in a race. This year I'm going to have a better job. And then year after year, they continue to not lose weight, not go to the gym, not change jobs, and continue to complain about the same things when the actions are exactly the same ones. So it makes no sense. Now we're going to take action in order to change whatever we want to change, because we do have the power in ourselves to do it. So your first task is going to be to find those 3 things that you have planned in the past and never accomplished. The next step is going to be to choose one of those 3. Okay? So the first one is enlist 3. And then from those 3, you are going to take some time to reflect upon those 3 and decide which one you want the most. After you decide which one you want the most, then you're going to do the next part. If you notice, there are 3 parts to this task that I'm giving you. And if you have any questions, you can write to me and you can ask me and I will explain it to you. So the last part is, let's say I have 3, then I chose the most important one, and now I'm going to decide that this one is the one that I'm going to plan. There are 3 questions that you need to fulfill. One is what? Second, when? How? And the last one is when. So first one, you're going to decide what your goal is. The second one is, how am I going to get there? What am I going to do to get there? And the last one is when. When we have an established time, even if it's more or less around that time. Let's say I want to finish this or I want to accomplish this by the end of the year. Maybe you cannot plan the exact time, but you can plan before the end of the year, or by October, by November, by December. Why is it important to have a deadline? Because if we don't have a deadline, what we do is we say, at some point, maybe, I hope. When we say I hope, when we say maybe, then everything is lost. You will not get there because you cannot hope. You have to decide. You have to make a decision in order to get there. That is the main problem that we have. We are hoping that things will happen and we are not making things happen. We have the power, the creative power, to make things happen for ourselves. Being clear about what we need, about what we want, and how we want to get there. That's something that might sound difficult, but it's not as difficult as it sounds. So sit down, do the task, and let me know how it works for you, because I know that you have the power to get where you want to get as soon as you start having some discipline. That's exactly what we need. If we are saying that we're going to get there by the end of the year, that means that every month we're going to have to do part of the project. Every month we have to fulfill, we have to complete the part that we have to complete. If we are on a diet and we want to lose 4 pounds or 6 pounds or 10 pounds, we have to decide, I'm going to go on a diet and I'm going to lose a pound a week or a pound every 15 days and stick to the program. That is the secret for success. Being disciplined, being someone that plans. That is the reason why we always tell you that you are the architect of your own destiny, because it is true. And okay, before I go, I'm going to say hello to Juan Martinez, that says hello, Connie Moreno, Trini Ureña, and Juan Jose Alejandre left us a couple of comments in which he said, I have some more greetings for people who have reactions to the video. Elvio Olvera, Romy Rosette, kisses and kisses for Romy, my sister-in-law, who I love. And Juan Jose Alejandre said, I hope you have a great day. Thank you, Juan Jose. I hope you have a great day too and a very good life. And he is giving us, leaving the hashtag en que te puedo servir, which means how may I be of service? Because we know that when you are helping, when you are serving others, you are creating for yourself the necessary energy for a loving frequency, a positive frequency. The more you give, the more you get for yourself. And so, well, this might be simple, but it's something that if you put into practice, if you analyze, if you reflect upon, you will be able to change the life that you're living. Take simple things that you want to change and do it the way that I'm telling you. Especially being disciplined, thinking that whenever we decide to do something, we never get there. It doesn't become real because we do not have the necessary discipline to get there. So maybe next week what we could do is take the discipline as a principle and talk a little bit more about it, because it is not the discipline in the way that we were taught when we went to school or when we were at home with our parents. When we think about this discipline, it has a very negative connotation, and then it makes us think about different things that do not have anything to do with a loving discipline that will make us be successful. We have the power of success in our hands. The only thing that we have to do is we have to change the way we think. We have to observe the way we feel, the way we think, what we attract into our lives, because we are creative energy, and that is our reality. So this is my invitation for you. Make your life something great. You have the power to do it. The only thing that you have to do is believe in yourself. Believe that you do have the power, the creative power, to change everything around you, everything within you. What you have to do is to start learning, start getting to know yourself, and you will find all the answers that you have been searching for in order to create for you better living conditions, better situations, better everything, a better life, a very good life. And this is important. Think about it all the time and decide for yourself what kind of life you want to have. My wish for you is that you learned whatever it is that is making you not progress, so you can create all the abundance, all the prosperity and the fortune that you need for yourself, because you do have the power to create a wonderful life for yourself, a very amazing life, a good life. Thank you.